Always remember, humans, you're at your best when shit gets tough. You've been put to the test, but it's never enough. You got the touch.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Swedish Transformers podcast. My name is Linda and I am a loyal Autobot.
And also, of course, with me, Gustaf, the treacherous Decepticon.
And today we have two guests here, Arcee and Hot Rod. Welcome.
What's up, Earth? Thanks so much for having us on your podcast.
Autobots in the house.
Right?
Yeah. And you're
Represent.
from the Transformers, Cybertronic Spree. Welcome. So
We're a band from Cybertron, the Cybertronic Spree.
Very original name.
Right? Not
Very.
terribly witty.
I love it. I'm gonna jump into a little bit of background about you, and if I say something wrong, just scream into my head. Through the power of rock and roll, Hot Rod, Arcee, Rumble, Unicron, Soundwave, Bumblebee, Shockwave, and Quintessence, you have been playing music since 2012?
13.
13.
After 12.
And you have been playing good old 80s rock style and some music from the Transformers, the movie, and also other music like The Survivor, Kung Fury, one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, so good.
How did this all start?
Well, the shorter version is that we were built for one night only to party like it's 1986 up in a place called Toronto, Canada, which I just happened to crash into on my way around the Earth.
Yeah.
Now, I put a call out, and I thought it would be really cool if we could have some Transformers playing the rockin' tunes from the 1986 movie.
Mhm.
And would you know it, nobody really wanted to take that call. But what we had instead was the other guys answering the call and rocking out.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm just saying, Arcee, I tried to get Prime, and, well, I mean, Megatron wasn't even a thing.
It would be a boring band if Prime. It would be a boring band if Prime was in it.
Why is that?
It would. Why? It would just be like straight up rock and roll, nothing.
It's true. It'd be like playing music with your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay, that's true.
I think we love Prime. We love Prime.
And I love dad rock. Don't get me wrong. Dads, you rock.
Yeah.
But when we thought about it, we thought it'd be really cool to just get some crazy characters together and rock out. And wouldn't you know it, someone leaked a video of us performing this. I guess the best way to call it would be a car crash.
Yeah.
They leaked it online, and now here we are, 8 solar cycles later.
Yeah.
It's been a long
9?
time.
It's
Yeah.
been a while, and
Yeah.
it's been a wild ride.
I can imagine. I will actually leave Gustaf to the other questions here coming up.
Yeah, thanks
The first
a lot.
questions. Yeah.
So we have Arcee and Hot Rod, two Autobots. Well, there's also Decepticons and a Quintessence. How do you all get along in the band?
We don't. And I mean, if you guys know any bands at all, bands don't get along. Come on, that's like rock and roll staple fact. There's always band drama. And so I thought this would be great. Why limit ourselves to only playing with Autobots? That's just going to be one kind of creative energy. No, we went for the hard thing. We got Rumble, we got Soundwave, and then we got the most existential rock and roll power of them all, the Unicron.
Oh yeah.
We do get along though, Hot Rod. We do get along.
Yeah, of course, in our own way. I mean, we'll battle it out creatively, but at the end of the day, everybody wants to rock, and it is that power rock that brings us together.
Great news.
Beautiful.
But who stirs it up the most and who is your favorite? Of course, Arcee and Hot Rod are the favorites, but who does the fans respond to more in the band?
Who does the fans respond to more? Well, I gotta say, our audiences are a diverse group, much like us.
That's true.
So you're gonna have it. I guess it's a bit like WrestleMania. Like everybody's got their fans in the crowd and they're whooping it up for whoever they really identify with. Got a lot of hot rod stands and I love that. But I gotta say, I think every robot in the band has a dedicated fan group cheering them on.
You know what? In actually, when we played Denver, there were some blood-curdling screams for Shockwave, like blood-curdling.
Yes.
It's true. Denver
have-
is a shockwave town.
Mm.
Nice. But if you had to choose one member to kick off the team, who would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's see.
I was not prepared for
Yeah,
this.
no, come
Is
on.
this going to be aired? Because, you know, we have an album to make. And this
Oh,
is
I'm sorry. Yeah.
we're going to go. No, this will be easy. Bumblebee.
Oh,
Whoa,
Oh.
God,
Oh.
harsh.
They're already in Hollywood most
It's
of the
true.
time.
Most of the time, Bumblebee doesn't give the band the time of day. After that movie, Bumblebee blew up. Bumblebee won't even take my calls. We're
Yeah.
lucky if Bumblebee shows up to a gig these
They're wearing
days.
like the scarf. Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
Bumblebee's got a bit of a swollen head. I mean, it deserves all the flowers, of course. Bumblebee's great, but would appreciate they buckle down and do a little music work with their fellow bandmates.
Yeah. I think Bumblebee's my answer.
And you're talking about your new album on Kickstarter. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's finally time for us to write our own songs. We've already
already written them.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Arcee.
Like,
Spoiler alert! It's finally time for us to write our own original music. For years, fans have been asking the band to write their own music because we've just been known for covers of the Transformers 1986 soundtrack and other anime cartoon theme song and 80s rock anthems. So this was our perfect excuse to get into crowdfunding and see if we could do it. If we can make songs as good as the hits we like to cover.
it's a tall order, but you know, with like some songwriting powerhouses like Quintesson and Unicron, we feel pretty good.
Heck yes, this album's going to rock your face off.
Yeah. What's the name of the album?
Okay, get this. The name of the album is Ravage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
the exact word. Yeah. Because we had this idea that we wanted to do a spiritual successor to Transformers the movie, but we wanted it also to reflect the fact that we've now spent some time on Earth and you can't unlearn things that we've now seen here on Earth. So it feels like this album is a visceral response to being surrounded with humans with a lot of problems going on. And Ravage just kind of speaks to that anxious and ferocious spirit.
Yeah, it's not like an exact spiritual successor to the Transformers the movie. It's a natural successor just because, yeah, we've been here now for 9 years.
Why isn't it? I just said it was.
Well, it's like a natural successor.
Yeah.
Of course it is. But this is not your first Kickstarter. How was the last one?
The last one was great. We were over the moon when fans found out that we were going to cover all 10 songs of the 1986 movie. I mean, that's what we were built for in the first place, and no one up until that point had ever heard any recorded music from the band. So we were super stoked.
Yeah, actually, the Kickstarter went so well that we were able to do the remaining, 4 songs that appeared on the special release of the soundtrack, which was really awesome because there's some like deep dive Vince DiCola tunes on there that I really wanted to do. So we were really lucky to do that as well.
Oh, and you killed it at No Mercy. Speaking of deep cuts.
Thank you.
And we can, in other songs, we can find you on YouTube, or where is the best chance to see you?
Yeah, I guess where is the best chance to see us? Most folks find us on the internet, and YouTube, we do have a great home there. So we got lots of videos from some of our covers and original work. Like our first single we ever tried writing together, Cybertronic Warrior.
Yeah, that's on Spotify as well, as so go and check that out. But when you do a live show, where do you do it, and how? Take us through a day.
Yeah. Where do we do it? Well, we do it mostly on Earth because of all the planets in your solar system. This one has the most people that we know.
Yeah.
So we like to rock out on Earth, primarily North America. We did our first North American tour just last year, although originally planned for 2020. But we had a great time rocking all over the continent. Most dates in America and Canada as well.
Yeah. It was like a very heavy tour schedule for humans, but luckily we're robots, so it was fine. We had a few van breakdowns, but again, like we have a whole crew of Autobots, so we were able to make every single date despite that. And some of the green rooms were pretty tight. I'm gonna admit it was tight to transform in some of those green rooms, but we made it happen.
Yeah, and the audience always responds. I've seen a couple of shows; they were wild.
Yes. The point of this is
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. The idea would be that we're working without a wire here, folks. Like, we're a bunch of loose cannons. We don't know if any of this is going to be pulled off. It is all happening live in front of people's eyes because I think a lot of folks saw the videos and thought, oh, well, this is like a wonderful sort of mashup, you know, where someone's like lip syncing and not really playing the instruments.
Yeah.
And so our live shows are trying to push the very limits of believability. And mainly it means we play a lot of wrong notes live, and then you can tell we're not faking it.
Yeah, we do that so you know that we're actually playing.
Just kidding. No, we don't play that many bone notes, but we are really invested in sort of showing our stuff live, and I think that kinetic energy really translates to the audience. Also, we're playing a bunch of songs that we know people like to sing along to, and that always makes for a real good time.
Yeah.
I have a question here before Gustaf goes all crazy and takes all my questions. How is it to play human instruments with a robot body?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me tell you. At first, it was terrible. Like,
yes.
Legitimately terrible. We kept breaking the instruments. We just kept smashing things to bits. Like, it was a year at least of just figuring out how the heck you could do it without it being just awful. And I mean, I guess, you know, there's a long tradition in rock and roll of folks wearing wonderful get-ups and doing their all for a nice theatrical performance. So there was a lot of inspiration that we drew from in terms of fine-tuning movements and trying to figure out how the heck this show would be put together. But eventually, I'd like to say we've really conquered how to do that. And that's what I always get chuffed during a live show when the Unicron just breaks into this solo and you're like, he just nails it. Like it's impossible how good it sounds. And I don't know. It's really cool to see how far the band has come in only 8 solar cycles.
It's true. We sucked. I mean, okay. Our very first night, we sucked, but we had fun. And then we were like, no, if we're gonna keep doing this thing, we gotta get good.
That was my idea. I said, let's only do it again if we're good.
That's right. Now, Unicron was always good. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, we sucked.
Yeah, the rest of us, wow, I mean, we were built for one night only. Yeah. So you imagine you get a bunch of your friends and enemies together for a night, and once is just kind of like a miracle, but twice, that's 2 miracles.
Yeah, I can also imagine that when you play this sort of music, you have to do it for yourself. And there it actually translates that other people actually loves this. I have to spoil a little bit that first time I saw you, your first show, I imagine. It was actually the first time I saw you. I was a little bit like, what am I watching? But sure, there was love. Of course, there was lots of love for that even back then when I did like Transformers back then. I've been into Transformers for quite some time. But yeah, did you have to like alter your frames to be able to play these instruments?
Yeah, we've had a little shop work done, but just to jump on what you were saying there, Linda, because it really touches to the heart of the issue there is we do love it. We did have this incredible love for this soundtrack, and it was something that we thought maybe that's just us. Maybe we're the ones who just really think that Vince DiCola and Stan Bush and Kick-Axe and Weird Al are just incredible gods of music here on Earth. And then we found out, to our surprise, it's not just us, and that people, they really do have a great time, and that's what we're all about.
And it is a full show. Like when I listen to your music, I actually have to see it as well on the YouTube, on the shows and everything. I think that just makes it all like in the Survivor by Kung Fury. The visuals are beautiful, the lights are beautiful, and everything is just, and it's old, like it's from 2013 or 14.
Yeah.
So it's kind of old, but it's still like feels the heart, you know.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that, and that was the other component of the band. Is we are a visual band. I got to admit, I'm really good looking. Right in style. And I need to be put on film.
Of course. Both of you are.
Not either. So it was really important that I think once we decided we were going to play again, that we kind of stay true to our love of film. Arcee and I are a bit of a director duo as well.
Yeah.
We collaborate really well on just kind of chopping things up. And yeah, Kung Fury was such an incredible shoot that we got to play with. And we really got to sink our teeth into the fact that we want to make love letters to things that we love. And if you're going to do it, well, you're going to put everything into it. So yeah, even though it's one of the oldest videos we've done, we really decided to try and set the bar as high as we could for making something that we think will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
And we love Kung Fury here. It's a Swedish movie, so we have a connection.
Yeah.
It is our secret wish that somehow we get to work with the director one day, right?
We're waiting for the next one.
Yep. Can't
Arcee,
wait for Kung Fury 2.
Arcee, you did have the chance to meet Leia. Or was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did in another realm, so to speak.
Okay, yeah.
The realm of Photoshop?
The realm of Photoshop.
Yeah.
Those timelines are quite, I mean, I've looked like this for millennia, but yeah.
She traveled to a galaxy far, far away, Linda.
Exactly.
It's true. We hope also to be Star Wars canon at some point. I mean, I feel like C-3PO is at least half Arcee.
C-3PO?
Yeah.
Oh, but I think you copied a little of her hairdo, Arcee. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It was the 80s.
I can do that too. It's no problem.
There we go. There we go.
That's it. That's how you rock it.
Yeah, but when you're on tour, and I know your fabulous finish, when it gets dirty or get messed up, do you fix it yourself, or do you have help with that?
That's a great question. You know, we've really tried to stay true to the fact that we are a DIY band. We were built by ourselves, and we maintain ourselves. So on the road, it's tough. Every night's a car crash, but at the same time, we look out for each other. We keep each other going. We put ourselves back together.
Keep each other clean.
Yeah. You know, like grooming's important.
Car wash.
Something we learned on Earth is you humans like to take care of each other. And that's something I think we picked up. Usually we just kind of laughed, you know, Shockwave's arm comes off and we're just laughing. Now we still laugh, but we'll pick up his arm and we'll give it back to him after we throw it around.
Oh, that's so nice.
Try.
And when you play, how big an audience is there in a regular live show?
Beats me, man.
Yeah.
Can't see a thing.
But you can go at the voices.
You're right.
Yeah.
We do hear the screams. I mean, we tell the Decepticons it is the cries of agony from the audience, and that just makes them play really well.
Yeah.
But for us Autobots, it's really heartening to hear all the folks in the house. There's hundreds of folks at shows right now. I think most of our venues are, you know, a few hundred up to We've done a few thousands
Yeah,
for a few
like
things.
at Dragon Con, that's probably been our biggest show.
At the Gathering of the Juggalos, we also perform there. So you know what?
It varies. Also depends on where you are on this continent. There's some places that have fewer humans.
Yeah,
I guess.
I guess that's just the reality.
Yeah. And did you learn to play the instrument and sing on Cybertron, or is it here on Earth you have learned it, and where?
That's a great question as well. Yeah, no, we had to learn all of these things here on Earth.
Yeah.
The music on Cybertron is terrible, and I don't mean that artistically. I mean that just physically. It sounds like your dial-up modem. Like it's just not a thing. There's not a lot of music on Cybertron. So when we got to Earth, it was just one of those things where you realize how special this whole planet is because it has this thing called music.
Yeah. Harmonics.
Right? And it feels good to play, it feels good to hear, and it feels good to know that other people can be inspired by it.
Yeah, so we're all pretty much self-taught. Yeah.
Except for the Unicron. Unicron, that guy, wow. You're a planet, you've lived for millennia, you eat other planets, and you therefore consume all of the creative musical energy entire civilizations have produced, and you repeat that, I guess, not on a daily basis, but I mean, over the eons. Yeah, we're talking about countless musical civilizations devoured, fed into the Unicron, and then now churned out into, well, I guess, an existential threat of audio.
Let him know that I like his cheek. Chin.
Oh, let him know.
Beard.
Yes, yes.
The Unicron is very proud of his beard.
Yes.
He should.
Go on, Linda.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, go on.
Well, let's see. You already took that from me, Gustaf. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So when you do the your own music and composing your own music, is it going to be 80s rock only, or are you going to like mix your own touch into it?
That's an excellent question. Yeah, we definitely are mixing our own touch into it. It's just unavoidable. We love 80s rock, but we love being inspired by 80s rock, and we love all kinds of music. So yeah, we found that a lot of our tunes are definitely modernized.
It's hard to tell the Unicron not to be the Unicron. So just given that jumping off point, we started with the soundtrack to the movie, and we wanted to use that as the fuel of the fire. And then from that, we're obviously adding our own personalities in there. And that's something that just, I think, amounts to a ball bearings to the wall rock album.
Beautiful. So when you start to compose your own music, what's your approach? Like how do you build your own music?
Yeah, that's a good question. We don't really have a process. We've been mainly doing Earth covers. So the whole discovery of us writing music has been a crazy journey. Our first single, Cybertronic Warrior, took us a few solar cycles just to get the one song, because working together with your enemies, it's not always easy. But since then, I think we've perfected a few things. We have individual members of the band coming to the band with demos or ideas, and then we'll workshop it together. So yeah, this is where Arcee is pointing out, rightly so, that the hidden talent in the band is definitely coming from the 5 faces of the Quintesson. That's 5 songwriters in one pleasing egg shape.
We do have a lot of songs.
So yeah, the Quintesson has definitely been the genesis of a lot of the songs that we've developed, including the first one, Cybertronic Warrior. But having said that, the Unicron is also a heavy compositional writer, as well as Shockwave. And but you know what? Everybody in the band contributes. Like Rumble has wonderful ideas as well. Rumble was the original inspiration for Deceptifunk, which is like a little side that we also released, detailing how wonderful it is for Decepticons to be in a rock band.
Yeah, and so like for instance, like Quintesson will drop an amazing demo, and then us being the annoying Autobots will mess it up. We'll take it and we'll redo it. We'll add like lyrics and vocals to it. Everyone throws in parts. So it is really like a collaborative process, which can get messy. It can get messy, but I think it creates the best song.
Okay, so they do the rough sketches and you two fix it. I get it.
I mean, I'm not saying that.
I mean, sure.
Maybe we should cut that part out.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, just blame Bumblebee. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite Earth music?
Oh. Like favorite in the moment favorite? Like what are we listening to now favorite or favorite of all time?
Oh, I would like to say favorite all time for now.
Oh, I want both.
Both.
Okay.
Okay, can I answer this question? But I mean, you can jump in, RC. But I've got an analogy maybe.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of Douglas Adams, and I think this applies a lot to is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They're asked the meaning of life, and they build this incredible computer called Deep Thought to calculate the meaning of life, and the answer spits out 42.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And it took a long time to get that answer. I'm just saying, trying to come up with the best music of all time and only one, it's going to take a while for me to answer. If you have one to jump on, you go right ahead. But I'm taking the pass on that one.
No, I don't have only one, but I do have a few that inspire me in a lot of the music we do for this band, including bands like Faith No More, which I just love, and same with Merciful Fate. I love Merciful Fate. I do tend towards the heavier stuff. I also love this older band L7. Yeah.
Oh, we gotta cover some L7 artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yes. yes. Yeah. Where's your next tour? Or do you have any plans?
Question. I mean, right now we're still putting things together. The plan is that the band tours in the fall and we do another circuit of North America. But we hear there's a bunch of humans in Europe which would like to see us. So we're trying to see if we can make that happen. We're trying so hard. And you know what? We thought we had it figured out. And then 2020 just knocked everything stable, of course.
And it wasn't even Unicron, so like,
I know.
And then he's like, I mean, at first every show, we'd be like, all right, you got to worship the Unicron, otherwise he eats your planet.
Yeah.
And so everybody whoops it up. But then 2020 hits, and now the Unicron's like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah.
I'm not eating it. Forget it.
Yeah.
But we hope that, back on track, we hope that we're able to do something in Europe in 2023. We're working towards it. If anyone knows any great booking agents for Europe, well, I mean, that's it. We know a few already, and it's tough. The scheduling of this band has always been one of our biggest challenges. It's the time. So, we're hoping to get something put together for 2023. And every single person who's watching in Europe who, interacts with us on social media and tells us to get out there, don't stop. Keep shaming us.
We hear you.
Keep calling us over. It'll happen. It's bound to happen. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna die.
Yeah, to Gothenburg, you're always welcome. I've seen several actually Bumblebee cars driving over here. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, even a gold bug actually. So yeah. Yeah. So
we'd love to Sweden.
Yeah, playing Sweden would be a dream.
Yeah, it would be a dream for me too. So.
Who's big in Sweden right now? Who are we listening to? What were we listening to? Cobra Spell, Arcee. What's that band?
Oh yeah, I heard of them. Well, Ghost have their new album.
And Ghost has their new album out. Yeah, huge Ghost fan in the band. Also, Rumble is crazy about Ghost.
Rumble's a huge.
The biggest Ghost fan is definitely Rumble.
I don't know how you all feel about Ghost in Sweden.
We love Ghost.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah.
We've seen Ghost a few times.
Yeah,
It's an amazing show.
Wouldn't that be amazing, Arcee? One day playing with Ghost.
Oof.
Hell, I'd
Yeah.
settle for being the anonymous demons.
Nameless ghouls.
Yeah. It's trouble.
Trademark.
Right. Yeah, I actually didn't have so much more, so my list has been shortened by
But we
Gustaf.
can do this, Linda. When you're not out, do you like to party?
Oh, yes! Yes, my dude. I mean, that's what we were built for. We were not built to be incredible rock gods of music.
Yeah.
No, that was the byproduct. The thing we were after was the party. To party like it's 1986. And I don't know, 1986 was pretty terrible for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
in the imagined world of Cybertron, 1986 was a stellar year, and we've come to share some of that with Earth and just have a great time. So yeah, our shows are like parties in that when we can, we do love hanging out with the audience, drinking with the audience, and just having a good time because life's too short.
You've also been known to crash a few parties.
I definitely crash parties.
Yeah,
That is
crashes
kind of my
parties. Yeah.
Not only
Like-
ships, but parties too. Come on, Rodimus.
That's right.
I
Not
gotta
only
say-
parties, primes too.
Yeah. Hot Rod, sorry.
Oh no,
It's the comics.
Look, I'm not offended or anything. I think the distinction is though. Look, I had the Matrix, and then I became Rodimus Prime, responsibility wearer, and generally not so great in the face.
Yeah.
But luckily, not too long after that, Optimus, of course, came back. Thanks, Quintesson. And he wanted the Matrix back as he rightly should have, which I was only too happy to give back because let me tell you, it's much cooler leading a rock band than trying to lead the Autobots in some sort of military escapade.
Yeah,
Sounds
Rodimus
good,
does-
actually.
Yeah.
Much
Totally.
appreciated.
Thanks. I think I'm trading up here.
Yeah, like if you ever come to Sweden, at least we get a rock band and not a military, thing going on.
Yes,
Anyway.
but you have also, Hatra, been accused of killing Optimus Prime by many fans. How do you respond to that?
Uh-oh.
I think the Quintesson would say, I'm not guilty, by which they mean I'm probably guilty. I mean, I cannot help it. I'm a loose cannon. I'm a bit of a maverick. I don't play by the rules. This was established in the first 13 minutes of my hit documentary, Transformers the Movie.
Yeah.
But I want to say in my defense, I only had the best of intentions. And looking back on it now, in 2022, where Optimus Prime is a fabulously household name, working with Michael Bay, making tons of films, and just oodles of cash, can you really still hold that against me, considering he's so much better off now, and I'm just a small part of that epic story?
Yeah, you really vaulted him to fame.
I'm just saying, nobody was talking about Optimus Prime till I killed him.
That's right. And you, Arcee, how do you feel about being the first fembot?
Am I the first fembot? I guess I'm the first. I think of myself as a bot. I mean, the role that I had in the documentary, I had so much more to offer, let's be honest. You know, they had me babysitting a lot, and that was fine. But like, I had so much more to offer.
I agree, Arcee. There were a few scenes where you really shot things up, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think you were done a little dirty on that film. It
was 1986.
It was the 80s. You got to just play the role you're given.
Or, you know, work towards something better.
Exactly.
So,
and now you're killing it, Bot. You're killing
I think
it.
we've progressed.
Yeah. Also, is it Arcee who stays close to Rodimus, Hot Rod? Or, wait, was it Hot Rod? Or was it Rodimus then? Or is it Hot Rod staying close to Arcee? Yeah.
It's definitely been Hot Rod trying to stay close to Arcee. But let's be honest, between us, Arcee's way out of my league.
She's on the top. What can you do?
And another of my favorites of your band is Shockwave, with his awesome drinking with Shockwave, or was it mixing drink with Shockwave? I don't remember.
Shocks Cox, you're right. Yeah, Shocks Cox is a nice YouTube flare chat like videos that we've been throwing up because Shockwave, when the pandemic hit, didn't know what to do with himself, is trying to sort out a lot of life's questions, as I think a lot of people on this planet were. And so that, of course, turned him to alcohol. And in this case, using alcohol because this is the weird thing. I mean, Shockwave doesn't drink any of his concoctions. He's got no mouth. So instead, Shockwave's content to sharing recipes online and just kind of getting other people to drink the things.
You've had a few.
I definitely have had more than a few.
I mean, he thought he was taking a course on mixing music, but it was like mixology, but it turned out to be a cocktail course. So he didn't want to waste what he learned.
This band was made on epic blunders, and I like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best blunder then?
Well, I think the first one was crashing here in Canada. That was a mistake of epic proportions. So it's hard to top that one because I did think it was going to be a huge mistake trying to get Autobots, Decepticons, and miscellaneous mechanical monsters to play in a band together. But I since stand by this mistake as the most epic blunder.
It was the best blunder.
Yeah. And the best memory you have of Earth?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I'm getting sentimental.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go back to blunders. Let me tell you about the time we rocked so hard in a little place called Pensacola, Florida. The heat there was just legendary. They opened up the venue, so the sides are wafting in, and people are out in the streets. So folks on the street are seeing the band as well as the folks inside the venue. And that night was such magic that I melted my own face,
his face
right
melted
off.
Oof.
It was incredibly embarrassing for a bot that is all about their look. I'm sharing this with you guys because, you know, I'm a bigger bot now. That was a few solar cycles ago. But let me tell you, it was no joke having the whole time just kind of like, Arcee, is it on? Is my face on? How's my face? And Arcee's just like, hi, Rod, just stay in the corner. Turn your back. You're the bassist now. Get out of here. And she just did the rest of the show like a champ. Beautiful. But that was a funny one, for sure.
I mean, yeah, it was a nice Earth memory. Like, this planet is already quite hot, and I'm sure living in Sweden, you probably aren't used to the heat of a place like Florida, which is even hotter, and we aren't either because we're here in Canada.
That's true. That was our first time ever rocking Florida. We will not make that mistake again. Not the Florida part, but how unprepared we were for the weather.
The heat.
Yeah,
yes.
So let me tell you, once again, excited about coming to Europe with its temperate climes.
Yeah, in Sweden
winter.
you will keep cold, I promise you that.
Yeah. Actually, we
this
had
band
some days.
Loves the cold. I mean, again, epic blunder, crashing into Canada. Just gotta say, I love the temperature.
Yeah, we had some really warm days during summer here too in Sweden, due to what do you call it? Gustaf. All the shit that's going on in the Earth atmosphere. Global warming. Global warming.
Yeah. Hey man, climate change is a huge existential threat, even more so than the Unicron, it would seem.
Yeah.
And it's, you know what? As big fans of Greta Thunberg, we got to say it's never too late to just help out where you can, do what you can, and try and push our so-called leaders into doing something meaningful. That's something we all support in the band, regardless of affiliation, because we realize party's over if there's no humans. We may as well just go play on Mars or Mercury or it's terrible there. No one comes to your shows. It sucks. So
and the weather is bad.
Yeah, the
weather's terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things where we do think humans ought to act collectively. And you know what? When we act collectively, when we act with solidarity, big changes are possible. I mean, that's our band.
Yeah.
It's hot leadership skills shining through again.
Is it? Is it? Is it?
Just like the accent, I know when you crashed in Canada, did you catch on any French accent? Because I heard there's a thing there.
It's true. No, we completely missed it. We completely missed the French part of Canada.
I think Shockwave does a lovely French accent, though.
Yeah, but I think the Michael Bay movie, you had a accent like that.
To be honest, we thought that living up in Canada over the past, however many solar cycles, we would have taken on a different accent, eh? Like, we'd maybe talk about our hooses and our ambulances, or
And
I
our
don't.
cars?
I can't. Yeah, no, car is that's Boston, isn't it? I got you caught in the parking lot. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah. And
so far we haven't had that.
Yeah, and you both are cars, but if you could choose another alt mode, what would that be?
Well, like a hoverboard.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Arcee, is that your way of saying you want someone to step on you?
No, it doesn't. But actually, you did actually have a hoverboard at the Survivor by Kung Fury, so that was fancy.
Now, Linda, I think you have to, because we are getting a little pressed for time, I see.
Yeah. Yes.
So can you explain one of the last things?
Yes. The last thing that usually happens through our pod is that I say a quote that is clipped on the beginning of the podcast. And it's a quote that I usually play out with feelings and everything, that's going on in this human body. But since we have you as guests, I would like to donate my quote to you to play out or sing out.
okay.
And it's up to you. You get to choose yourself.
Yeah, so choose a quote that you want to play out.
Oh, okay. I think I misunderstood that.
Oh, sorry.
Inspiring quote.
Oh, like an inspiring quote. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Always remember, humans, you're at your best when shit gets tough. You've been put to the test, but it's never enough. You got the touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And the last thing, Linda didn't think I had a chance, but I have to take chance of this auditioning proposition. If you can hear this, do you think I have a chance to get into the band at some point?
Yes.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
You heard us on our first.
That's true. Yeah, no, that
very
sounds pretty. That's a musical note that qualifies. How long can the current members of the band still function? Right.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
Email us.
Okay, you will call me. Okay, I understand.
Okay, then be like that.
At least I have a chance, Linda.
I have to get my chance from someone else then. I'll see what Optimus Prime says.
And
Optimus Prime would say, "Rocking out is the right of all sentient beings."
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
All right.
And
well,
I think that's all. If you don't have anything else you want to bring up.
No, I just say continue to rock out, humans. Show us your best. You can check us out on YouTube, or you can support our very first original album on Kickstarter. Come help us make Ravage the best album it can be.
And thank you so much for having us on your podcast.
no
Thanks
problem.
for taking time. And
yeah.
I think all I can say is till all are one.
And all I can say is may your luster never dull and your wires never cross.
Till all are one, humans. Thanks for having us.
Till all are one. Bye.
Bye.